Welcome everyone, Shalom Uvracha, welcome. I want to thank Flow Motion Studios, the professional studios in New York. We're here right now broadcasting this shiur to you. I want to thank Bracha Turanheim and Yankee Teitelbaum from Flow Motion. I want to thank the great people at YU, Yeshiva University, and of course the World Mizrahi Movement led by Harav Doron Peretz, who sent us here to the States for this year of Shlichut. I want to thank COL Live. You can also watch this shiur there on that site. And of course, we're on YouTube, Facebook. El Al passengers can also enjoy the shiur while they're flying. I want to thank Keren Danieli for really helping us doing that. And of course, the great translator, Yoshua Siskin. We will dedicate the shiur for the Refuah Shlema of Dov Ben Tzila and Nir Rafael Beren Bracha, and also Leilui Nishmat Malka Yuta Bat Esther Rosa Ve'Yakov. We must continue because there's a fascinating parasha waiting for us this week, Parashat Bo. It's really going on. I mean, it's happening. It starts right now. The redemption, going out from slavery from Egypt to the desert, and of course afterwards to Eretz Israel. And when this divine plan for the first time is being like the process started, we will not focus on the miracles, the 10 plagues. We will not focus on the way they crossed the sea or any other, I would say, fascinating visual thing that happened. We will look deeper into, I think, the last visual part of the Parsha. You know, there's a famous game here in the States. It's called Where's Waldo? It's a famous book. In Israel, we call it Efo Efi. So this week, we will call it Where's Paro's Heart? Okay, just like we look for Waldo, Effie, and we ignore all the details on all the people and all the other events that are taking place. We just look for Waldo. Now we will look carefully at Paro's heart, completely, really ignoring everything else that happens. Why? Why is it so important? Because it's not his heart, it's our heart. I once read a request from Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz from Israel. And he said, you should not look upon Paro as an evil person, since in fact, we sometimes have more in common with him than we do with Moshe Rabbeinu. Of course, we feel much closer to Moshe Rabbeinu, Baruch Hashem. But in other words, it means don't treat him as something so far away, so not connected to us, to our personality. Paro represents the evil inclination, Yetzer Hara, the bad parts in our soul. And we must pay attention and learn, how he's built, what is the format of how he works, because he works inside us until today. So we will look inside, Paro's heart. It is described dozens of times, I think, throughout the last parashot, Va'era, Bo, Beshalach. I chose really just a few. I picked a few examples, but really you can look and see how many verses really are describing his heart. Paro's heart, our heart. This is our title topic, headline for today. And let's just see. What I did is looking at what happened before. I would say when the five first plagues happened, okay? And afterwards, after the first 5, something changed. So let's look at his heart at the beginning. ויחזק לב פרעה ולא שמע עליהם כאשר דיבר השם. Repeatedly, we read it again and again. Repeatedly, every time it happens again. Paro's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as Hashem had spoken. He, in a way, v'yechezak lev Paro. His heart remained, I would say, steadfast. He remained close. He didn't choose to agree to the words of redemption, and v'yechezak lev Paro. Okay, I understand Paro rules, he controls his heart. Once again, Vayar Paro ki hayta harvacha, okay, there was a respite. He sees that everything come down, and ve'achberet libo, he once again hardened his heart, and he didn't listen, he didn't hear what Moshe or Hashem said to him. So once again, it's his decision. When we look at this stage, he decides whether he agrees or disagrees to send the children of Israel out from Egypt. But then something changes. You can look, by the way, all the examples in the Torah everywhere you look, you'll see how he rules his heart. But now what happens? Let's look at the 5 last makot, at the 5 last plagues, and let's look at Paro's heart. Look at this. V'yechazek Hashem et lev Paro, and Hashem hardened Paro's heart, and then he did not let the children of Israel go out of his land. And once again, another example, V'yechazek Hashem et lev Paro, ve'lo shilach et bnei Yisrael me'artzo, and Hashem hardened Paro's heart. What happens? I thought, there's a contradiction here, okay? Because we always talk about bchira chofshit, the free choice you have. You can always choose right from wrong. This is the basic principle of Judaism. This is such a fundamental principle. You can choose. It's your decision. So how come Hashem v'yechazak Hashem et lev Paro, and Hashem hardened Paro's heart? What's going on here? What happened? And I think the beautiful explanation, okay, that might help us out here comes from different worlds of content. And if we will look carefully at the world of addiction, we might understand, what is the process in Paro's heart, but also in our heart right here and right now. We all understand what is physical addiction, right? Let's imagine someone smoking the first cigarette ever. What is I would say, how much choice was there before smoking the first cigarette? A great deal. All right. I mean, I remember I was, I think it was 5th grade, and someone suggested, offered me a cigarette. Of course, I said no, but I think that the level of the decision was completely mine. And I don't touch this. I don't want it. Okay, let's say, imagine someone who decided to smoke the first cigarette. Imagine this person 10 years later, after smoking, I would say, 30 cigarettes every day. Imagine him just, with his hand on his way to take the next cigarette. Automatically, he just, what is the level of the decision now? How much can he even choose something here from out of free will? Of course not, because he's already quite addicted. Of course, he can always quit. It's possible, always. From the worst stage, the worst scenario, you can always change your destiny, but it's much harder. And we need to internalize the following principle. Addiction applies to good character traits, to our midot and habits, as well as to bad ones, okay? This process we just described, and it's true also when it comes to caffeine, to drinking coffee, when it comes to, snacks here in America. Unfortunately, my kids, I'm ashamed to say it, but on the first day we were here, we just started the year, and I sent 5 sandwiches, tasty, healthy sandwiches. I prepared them with a lot of love, and I bought this Ziploc, now I'm familiar with it, but I bought it, I put it in, and I was really 5 kids, 5 sandwiches. They came back home the first day with 5 sandwiches. Why? What happened? Oh, mommy, once again, we made a mistake as the stupid Israelis. We had no idea. Nobody here eats sandwiches. They all eat snacks. Okay, there's like recess, and all the kids, they take out different types of snacks. I said, no, it's impossible. No, it's a mistake. Maybe it was just the first day. I don't get it. I mean, why? Why would they do it? The whole American nation is, why? Why don't you eat a good, healthy sandwich? Turns out, this is the decision here, unfortunately. And turns out, after saying to myself, I promised never in our family, okay, you can come and see every morning, 5 kids, 5 snacks, they're taking them to school. And of course, the little one, she goes to the kindergarten. So there they say, oh, you must bring a healthy snack. Healthy snack means they lie, they just print something on and okay, I sent her with a healthy snack. Anyway, so of course today for me, I can't stop this thing in my kitchen every day. Sorry, I'm already there. It's very hard. Maybe on the first day, I had a chance of avoiding this process. So all these examples from the physical, daily life, world, it's also true when it comes to spirituality. And you see when Paro chooses to do the wrong thing, it limits him. Next time he is more limited. There are more obstacles if he wants to choose, to choose something else in a different way. Now, Professor Nechama Leibovich, the famous teacher of Tanakh, the wonderful teacher, she elaborates, she describes this, I would say, a deep point, and she explains in a beautiful Hebrew, which we can translate it in a minute. She explains, and the headline is, הבחירה החופשית הולכת ונעלמת עם הזמן. Free choice is disappearing with time. Now look at what she says. The world's decisions are in the hands of men. Right? We said, בחירה חופשית. And originally man is free to choose as he pleases, since we were given two equal options to choose from. That being said, once he makes a first choice, he will no longer be able to make another choice with the same ease he did in the beginning. And she continues, and the more he repeats his first bad choice, the further away he distances himself from his first freedom in decision-making. He will be more used to making bad choices, and the good choices will feel like a burden to him. Therefore, though his freedom of choice is still in his hand, it is not as free and ultimate and unlimited as it once was. And the conclusion is, okay, it's not only a conclusion about Paro, it's about us. Imken, in this case, it is not God who made his choice, Paro's choice, the first time and made it harder for him to go back. Rather, it was he himself. By choosing evil and persevering, he made obstacles on his way back to choosing goodness. Therefore, man is the chooser. It is he who opens his heart or hardens it, and God helps him in his will. I think it's a beautiful explanation of what we just read, and this is the base of every person who wants to find redemption and to promote, himself spiritually or in physical areas in life. I think we must be aware, we must pay attention and learn carefully this message. Okay, it's us. But after 5, 6, 7 times, in a way it closes. But we can also say the opposite. It's not only, if you choose to do bad things, so you become limited and addicted. Think about the opposite option. Let's take Moshe, lehavdil. Moshe, not Paro. First decision of Moshe. I will take care of the sheep and I will help them to drink and to eat. Second decision, I will take care of the Hebrew man. There's an Egyptian person hitting him, beating him. I will help him out here. Third decision, I will go toward the bush, the sneh, and I will listen to the prophecy, and I will become a prophet, and I will help the people of Israel. Although I can stay, despite the fact I'm part of Paro's palace, I will go to my brothers and sisters. They suffer out there. I will help them out. Fourth decision, I will hug my brother, Aharon. There will be no competition, no envy, no jealousy, nothing. We will work together. We will create a coalition, a unity government. That's a real unity government. We'll work together. Fifth decision, I will go to Paro. Although I'm a little bit, it's hard for me to talk, and Aharon will help me out here. I will go to Paro. I will convince him, let my people go. Okay? And etc. All these great decisions, they built Moshe's personality, right? He became much better as a human being every time he chose to do the right thing. So it's not only the bad thing that is, empowers and becoming more stronger and stronger and limits you in a way. It's also if you choose the good decisions, the positive decisions are made. So when they are made, you become much stronger and much, you have more energy to do better things, and you also reach higher levels. And the decision is even easier to choose, right from wrong. And this beautiful conclusion is also described by Nechama elaborates, but Rav, Professor, Lord Jonathan Sachs, he writes this beautifully in his type of language. And he writes, freedom, in its deepest sense, the freedom to do what's good and what's right, is not a self-contained gift. We acquire it or lose it gradually. Judaism is an invitation to freedom. This is the invitation. We are more than welcome to accept it and to follow, and not the footsteps of Paro, but to see how this process might help us out in our way toward our redemption. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're more than welcome to join us next week. And I want to thank Flow Motion Studios once again for everything. This is the way to get all the information. People ask me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, where's the next lecture? Will it be in Hebrew, in English? Can we come? How can you? everything you want to know about the lectures, not about everything, but please join us here. This is the information you need. This is the Israeli number. This is the American number. Just text your name. It's enough, first name only, and you will be subscribed and you'll get all the information you want about what's going on here in North America. Thank you very much. See you Be'ezrat Hashem next week. We will continue this process of redemption. Toda rabah.